Sometimes, when people are friends, they might not really care about each other. They only pretend to be friends and don't want to get close. They just talk about simple things and don't share their feelings or thoughts. If you pay attention, you might start to see that this happens a lot. When people talk, they often talk about things that are not very important and avoid talking about personal things. They don't show their weaknesses or express their feelings very easily. This makes it hard for the relationship to become closer and for them to trust each other more. It's like they are always at the beginning stage of knowing each other, even if they have known each other for a long time. This means that someone might pretend to care about your feelings and experiences, but they don't actually care deep down. It's important to notice this because it can affect how you feel inside. This sign wants us to think about how important our relationships are. It asks us if we spend time and energy on relationships that help us grow and make us happy, or do we hold on to relationships that don't really make us feel good or help us grow? If we realize that a relationship is not very deep or meaningful, we can make choices to protect our happiness and find relationships that are more equal and meaningful. In figuring out how people get along, there's an important clue that stands out. It's not when things are going great, but when things are tough, that you can see if a relationship is good or not. When someone isn't there for you when you really need them, like when you're sick or sad or going through a hard time, then you can tell if the relationship is strong or not. Imagine going through a tough time and hoping that your friend or partner would be there to help you and understand how you feel. But instead, they are not there for you. They might say things that sound nice but don't really show that they truly care about what you're going through. When someone we care about doesn't give us the love and help we need when we're feeling sad or hurt, it can be really worrying. It shows that the relationship might not be fair, with one person caring and the other not showing the same care back. It's not just about not being there in person, it's also about not understanding our feelings or not caring about them. This lack of support can make the relationship feel weak and make us wonder if the other person really cares about us. Understanding this can be hard, but it's really important for feeling good about ourselves. When we realize something might not be right in a relationship, we need to think about how we can make it fair and equal. Just knowing about the problem isn't enough. We have to do something about it to make things better. Sometimes when we really need someone to be there for us, we might realize that they're not. This can show us that our relationship with them may not be as strong as we thought. It's important to see how much someone truly cares about us when things get tough. If someone only wants to be around us for their own benefit and doesn't show support, it's a sign that they're not being a good friend. To have better relationships, we need to set clear rules about how we expect to be treated. Saying no is really important in any good relationship. If something makes you feel uncomfortable or pressured, it's really important to tell the other person your limits in a clear way. This helps you respect yourself and keep your feelings safe. If you ever feel like someone is using you, it's best to talk to them calmly and honestly about how you feel. This can help them understand and maybe even change how they act. When you're in a relationship where things aren't fair or equal, it can make you feel confused and upset. But there are things you can do to help yourself. Talking to people you trust, like your family or a counselor, can give you advice and support. Remember, everyone deserves to be treated with kindness and fairness in their relationships. If you notice that someone isn't thinking about your feelings or needs, it's important to speak up and take care of yourself. By learning how to handle these tough situations, you can have healthier and happier relationships where both people respect each other. It's also important to remember that how others treat you doesn't determine your worth. You are valuable no matter what. You deserve to be in relationships where you are treated well and respected. If you liked what you just read and found it helpful, you can sign up to get more similar information in the future. We will keep learning and figuring out how people act and feel together. Your support is really important as we keep learning. And don't forget, the key to having good relationships is to understand and respect yourself and others.